with what people are carrying on the street, or 44.
It's loaded.
Yeah, it's a decent gun, man. 5 ton brand new in a box. You want something serious, man? There's M10s, there's M16s, there's Uzis, whatever you want.
I'm AJ. This is my home, Manchester. I grew up here before moving away. It used to be safe on the streets. Now the gangs are at war using guns.
More gang warfare on the streets of Manchester, and once again, the gangs are using guns.
A gunman shot 20-year-old Roy Pitt in the head as he left...
In Manchester, crimes involving firearms have doubled in the last 5 years. My mate Nick, he's from Salford, and he's seen how bad it is over there. You won't see our faces in this film.
The white gangs in Salford are just the same. If you've got a gun, you've got status and respect. You're the man, and you can be judge, jury and executioner. In Manchester, most of the shootings are gang-related, usually over control of territory, drugs or both.
The violence is usually black on black or white on white. Gang members show no fear, and shootings often take place in crowded places in broad daylight. Anything can spark it off.
Now this is probably the main stretch from Moss Side Boulevard.
We're going into Claremont Road now.
This is where...
It is happening here now. This is a place where, if you want to find somebody, you come here. If there's somebody that you're looking for, you come here. If the police are looking for anybody, come here.
The word will be out on the street. Gunchester, they call this place. And AJ and me, we're sick of it. We want our streets to be safe again. So we're going to try and find out how these kids are getting their guns.
We've put the word on the street. We're looking to buy a gun.
It wasn't long before we met our first street gun dealer, a white guy called Dave, in a pub in Moss Side. He wanted us to drive to a lonely spot with no lights because he said he had guns for sale.
What do you want? Got a small handgun here, but around with it, mate. It's loaded.
Can we have this? Can we get this?
What, this one now?
Yeah.
With what people are carrying on the street, or 44. Nah. Cost you 5 ton, man.
But we can get
This is mine, man. This is my one. What you want it for?
Well, it's for me.
You want something serious, I'm here.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
You want something serious, man. There's M10s, there's M16s, there's Uzis, whatever you want. It's up to you.
How long is it going to take to get hold of one?
I've got to order it, man. Take about 4 weeks. But it comes brand new. It's got to come from south, you know what I mean?
But you not get me something quicker than that?
Not really, no. Because, I mean, people who've got the guns on the street now, they're using them as their own guns, you know what I mean? And they don't want to sell them. They want them for their own protection. Or to go and do the robbery with them.
What we've been doing, right, before we even talk to you, right, we've already seen a couple of guys, you know what I mean? Seen a couple of guys in Moss Side, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know, Moss Side, they've been probably used on murders and that. You don't really be carrying a gun what's been used on a murder, do
Yeah,
you?
but how do I know that I'm going to get the real thing, you know what I mean?
You get brand new in the box, man. It ain't long, you know what I mean? I mean, you're talking about somebody's got to get it, right? And then move that sort of shit. I mean, imagine walking down the road with a machine gun, man. It's 15 years, you know what I mean? It's got to be ordered. And once it's ordered, you've got to pay for it. If you don't pay for it, man, you're in serious trouble. Dude, you want to do business or you want to fuck around with me?
Just tell him what you want, you know what I mean? Because
I'll have some money for you on Wednesday.
Yeah, whatever, man.
All right.
See you later, man.
that first meeting with Dave went well. He seemed to know what he was talking about. He was waving a loaded pistol around. He said he could get us one, but it would take a bit of time.
Maybe he was legally buying them on the continent and smuggling them in. There's few controls now. He was talking about all sorts of weapons. We need to find out a bit more about the kinds of guns on the street. We spoke to a scientist at the Royal Military College of Science who has specialist knowledge of the kinds of guns used on the street. With a sensitive job like his, he didn't want to be identified.
Nearly all submachine guns tend to fire exactly the same round, 9mm. It's a very light weapon. It's hardly any heavier than this, and so it has no resistance to the muzzle climb. This is the full Uzi. This is the micro Uzi. This is the full Uzi. And you can see that this is considerably heavier. But it has all of the same features on this weapon, then you can fire a single shot and fully automatically. So you pull the trigger and it will fire until either you release the trigger or the magazine is empty.
We'd heard that serious quantities of the guns seized by police are guns that had once been deactivated, in other words, made unable to shoot. But villains have got hold of them and restored them in secret workshops so they can shoot again. Deactivated guns are openly advertised in magazines.
You're interested in the Uzis we have?
Right. These are the actual thing, aren't they?
Oh yes, these are real guns, genuine, 100%, probably killed hundreds of people, real guns, yes.
I understand there's a difference between the ones deactivated after 1st of October and beforehand.
Yes, the ones that we're selling were done beforehand. It just means that the action on them works, whereas the action done on ones after 2nd of October doesn't work.
But if anybody asks me what's the difference between that and the real thing, how's it been deactivated?
Well, we just do the minimum necessary. Under the law, no one would know that it was not a live gun.
We went to see the man we'd been speaking to on the phone at his house. He usually sells by mail order. We thought he might be suspicious, a white guy and a black guy from Manchester in a red BM on his doorstep. But he didn't ask any questions. Right. Now, how's it made unusable?
Well, it's all internal.
The law on deactivation has got tougher since October the 1st, 1995. Guns are now more difficult to reactivate because they remove most of the moving parts. But thousands of guns, deactivated to the old standard, are still on the market, and it's perfectly legal to sell them. This man caters mainly for collectors who prefer moving parts. He isn't doing anything illegal, but he did stress the fact that it was deactivated before October the 1st, 1995.
How much did you say?
It's £1.99, but I'll knock you £4 off because it's actually £4 the first one.
Right,
So it's
okay.
£1.95.
Take the £5 back.
For £195, we had our first real gun. Well, they didn't want to know our name, didn't want to know an address, didn't want any identification, didn't want to give a receipt. On the certificate he gave us, it shows it was deactivated before October the 1st, 1995.
But I just wonder what the processes would be to reactivate it.
But just who is getting decommissioned guns working again? The North West is well known for it. I was given the name of a local guy who has a reputation for knowing about guns.
I think the cassette was stuck in the car.
He was a bit edgy because of the nature of our business.
I want to sit there. I don't like my back to a door.
I'll sit.
No, just sit there. Right, so what's the order of the day then?
Well, let's phone him and make an arrangement.
If you make the phone call, you're going to have to go through with it, you know.
Yeah, there's not a problem.
Yeah? All right, as long as you don't make me look a dickhead.
I've got a geezer here. He's got something that wants to be changed. I'm not going to talk to you on the phone, but he needs something altering. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'll meet you at the Heaton Park Hotel. Stick the lamp at the back, but listen to me. There's a camera on the back, a security camera. Make sure you're out of view, that security camera. Yeah. Listen, there might be an awful lot more here for you. Just do what you can do. All right? Okay. Later, man.
For a fee of £200, he took us to meet his contact the next day.
Right.
Yeah. It's open.
Yeah, I'll open it up.